Ninja.
Alright, here we are with Way of the Panda, and I've got the game all set up. So at the start of the game, well, in a two-player game, you're going to take some of your little minions here, these little panda men, and you're going to set them out onto the board, covering up the roads that have ninjas on them. Now, you can't cover up an entire road, so like if there's only one ninja there, you can't place there. You have to have at least one ninja still exposed. If you wanted to, you could place like two of your little minions here at the very start. And the goal here is because then you're going to try to defeat all the ninjas on each one of these roads to try to make it easier to access these roads. After you place, each player places their three of their little minions on the board, then we place our characters. And each player has the same type of character. We have a monk, we have a governor, and then we have a warrior. And if we look on our player board, this tells you as they move how many ninjas that they can defeat. You know, so basically they have safe passage. So let's say this is the governor. He's got one ninja right here. And if we look on his player board, that's all he can defeat at the moment. Now you can upgrade each one of these characters. And if you look at the warrior, eventually he can defeat up to 4 ninjas. But that doesn't mean all at one time. It just means that he can pass a road that has 4 ninjas on it. Like this one here, he could pass from here to here. And then I'll show you how that actually works. Placing minions on the board to cover up to make it easier. So you can buff them up, and then on here on the right side, these are called quests. So they're obtained in different ways, and that's all dependent on the action board, which we'll go over that in a second. But at the end of the game, you're also going to get victory points. So like in this case, if I had 1 extra sword, it'd be 1 times however many of these. So like if I got all 4 of the quests up, it'd be 1 times 8, so 8 extra victory points. But if you can get all 3 of these filled, that'd be 3 times 8, that'd be 24 victory points at the end of the game that he would score me. This is the action selection board, and it is extremely busy, people. So there's no sense in me going over every single one of these actions. This is going to be covered as we play the game, and I'll try to explain them. Now, up here we're going to play the expert mode. Now, if we wanted to play the easy mode, we could leave these 2 cards out, but I don't see any reason why to not play with them. So basically what this is saying is that if a player is able to basically connect from one side of the map to the other, they're going to score 15 victory points. And this one is basically at the end of the game, we're going to look at the capitals and the cities that are on the board, and then whoever has the most of their pieces surrounding that, they're going to score 15 points per, and all of that will make sense as we're playing the game, okay? So, speaking of that, why don't we get the game started? So basically, for me to be able to take actions, I want to be placing these little guys. These kind of like activate the actions. And then I place them onto this little board here, and then depending on where I place them, that's the action I get to take. And if you notice, they are broke down in the colors. So this is all pertaining to the monk. This is all pertaining to the governor. This is all pertaining to the warrior. And then we've got a neutral one here that we can take advantage of as well. But if you notice, it shows here how many of your little minions it takes to activate it. So it only takes one minion to activate this space. And in fact, all of these colored spaces, it only takes 1 minion to activate. But there is a caveat to that, and we'll cover that as we continue through the game. But all these neutral ones, it takes you 2 of your little guys to place there. So it does penalize you a little bit, but it allows you to move any one. Basically, like you could take that action for any one of the 3, but this is only the monk, only the governor, only the warrior, anybody. So, all right. So hopefully that makes sense to you. So why don't we just get this game started, and I'm sure it will as we progress. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take purple is first player, as noted here on the little initiative turn order track. So we're going to place him on that little square right there. So there's 2 things we're going to be looking at. Well, several things actually. First off, this is how many guys it takes to activate the space. So I placed him there. This is how many action points it takes. These are my action points. Right now we both start at 4. Then this is the action that he's going to perform. And in this case, I'm going to move my monk 1 space. So if we look down here, the monk can move through spaces. If there's any more than 1 ninja, he cannot pass through. But if we look right here, there is a road that is available from here to here for him to be able to pass through. So that's what he's going to do. He's going to move from here to here. And then what we do is we take one of our guys and we place it onto that road, covering up a 1 ninja, only 1, no matter what. So if we even buff him all the way up, and he can pass through, say, you know, 3. If there's 3 ninjas here and he passes through, you only ever still cover up 1 of the ninjas. So then what we do is we check and we see, are all the ninjas covered on that road? And in this case, yes, they are. So what we do is we take our little guy back, we put him back in our supply, and we score 2 victory points for covering up that road. And then what we would do is we'd get bonus for other players that would be possibly surrounding that, but we're not going to do that right now because there is no other cardboard out there, and that'll make sense, I promise you, here in just a minute. Now what we do is we have the option. We can either take one of our permanent guards and we could place it there, and this could possibly score us extra points later on down the game, or we can take a neutral guard and place him there. In this case, I don't see any reason why I wouldn't place my own guy there and cover that space up. So, all right, so now that that's done, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn it this way so it's a little bit easier for me to see, because it sure does blend in with that board, doesn't it? Which is good aesthetically. It looks wonderful because the art all blends, but for me looking through a camera lens, I'm going to easily miss that. So what we're going to do now is we'll go over to the yellow players. So basically you could take as many actions as you want, depending on how many of these guys you got, or depending on how many action points, and they do just work kind of together, I guess. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to do the exact same thing, but for the yellow player. He wants to be able to move his monk. Now, there are rules to this, and what I mean by that is that you kind of start up here in this corner, and then you work to your right. So, for instance, let's say if I activated the governor for the yellow player first, and if I did that, and then when it comes around to the yellow player's turn again, this action is no longer available. Once you pass an action working from left to right, you can never go back again. So you work from left to right and then down. So if I wanted to, I could go down to here to any one of these, but then of course, you see the action points get to be too expensive after a while. So what I'm going to do though is I'm going to place here onto this spot, but here's the problem. There's already one panda there. So what I have to do is I have to exceed the value of the panda there. So I have to place 2 of my pandas there now to be able to activate that space. Now it costs 0 actions, so I'm not going to move that down. And now what I can do is I can activate my monk for the yellow player. And what he wants to do is basically the exact same thing, but he is going to move from here to here and cover up this space. And once again, he will just place one of his single ninjas on that space as well, and that would score him 2 points. So we'll place 2 points up there for yellow player, and now it would go back to the purple player. Now purple is looking around the board. He can move pretty much a lot of people. Now he doesn't want to spend too many more guys there. That doesn't make any sense. So what he's going to say is, I got initiative, I'm just going to take advantage of that, and I'm going to move my governor. So the governor can move 1 spot. So the governor is going to move, let's say, from here to here. You know, I think governor will move from here to here, and then basically what we do is we'd cover up that second ninja that's right there. That does clear the road again, so we call both of these guys back, and we score 2 victory points. Now, how do I know we score 2 victory points? Because it's listed right down here. So VP to be gained every time all the roads around a location are free from ninjas. So 2 VP for the player placing the guard on the last ninja around a location, 2 victory points. But then what we would do is we would look around. So in this case, let's go ahead and place our own on there again. Okay. Fix that up. And then what we do is we would look around the city. Does any other player have any cardboard around that? So do they have any of their guards around that spot? And in this case, no, they don't. Now we do have him right here. All players receive 1 P. Yeah, so technically, yes, I'm sorry. The yellow player should receive 1 victory point. I almost overlooked that. So because he does have 1 guard right there, yellow player actually gets a victory point. So that benefited him a little bit too. So you kind of want to be careful about trying to place and cover up these road spots, because you are giving victory points to your opponent at times as well, as you can see. All right, so yellow player's like, dude, man, you keep taking all the spots, and man, initiative stinks. This game's stupid. I keep going second, and you're taking the good spots. But that's okay. So yellow player is just going to probably, I mean, he could activate his governor as well. And he does still have plenty of little guys here. And if he does, he could move from here to here and even get these guys right back. So it's not a terrible move, but at the same time, not necessary either. He'll activate 2 of his to activate the governor as well. And he's going to move from here to here. He'll place 1 of his permanent guards on that spot, Now we look around the city. There's no other extra cardboard, so he alone will score 2 victory points. So that'll put him at 11. All right. So he's down to 3 guys. Ooh, it's getting tight. So purple, though, has a ton of guys left. And this kind of can come back to bite you a little bit in the butt if you're not careful about this. But purple is going to do something a little bit crazy. He is going to say, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. Boom, we're going to hit this one. All right, so what this one does is it does cost you 1 action point. So we're going to move him down 1 action point. But you have an option. You can either move your warrior or you can gain an extra sword. So swords are important because they're going to power your characters up. Now in this case he needs swords, he needs money, and he needs, it looks like rosary, like the beads that they pray upon, because he's a monk, right? Hey, I'm a monkey. Now if you look, he can pass through spaces that have 2 ninjas on it. So he's a little bit more powerful. But it did come at a cost. It cost him 1, but be honest with you, it's a no-brainer. It's a good move. All right, so yellow player is like, well, that was kind of what I was thinking about doing, and I don't see any reason why not. So we're going to do the exact same thing because we love following the purple player around and copying everything he does, and we too are going to get ourselves a little sword. But it does come at a price, and we will pop that on top up to there. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the purple player. Purple player is like, well, 2 could play at this game, so I too am going to place more of my guys here. And I'm going to grab 1 more of those. So we'll pop it right there. And now he has got 3 swords, and he can go through spaces with 3 ninjas. Yellow player pretty much only has 1 guy left. Oh, move purple down 1 space. So he could still take actions if he wanted to, and he does decide he wants to. So we're going to just, now remember, he can't go back to this, he can't go up and he can't go left. He has to continue going right or down. So he needs 2 players to do a neutral. So he's only got 1, that's not enough. So let's see, is his monk, where is his monk? Oh, he is right there, isn't he? So if I wanted to, I could place 1 here. It would cost me 2 action points, but I could grab one of the quests for the monk. But instead, I'm going to place 1 right here. It's going to cost 2 action points, 1, 2. And that's going to gain me a coin for his governor. So that's going to make his governor a little bit more powerful. So we'll place that right there. So it goes back to the purple player. And purple was like, well, that was kind of going to be my next move, but whatever. Just be that way. So what he is going to do is he is going to come down here and he's going to place 1 on that spot. He's going to go down 2 action points. But here what we have, we can either build a pagoda. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I apologize, but this is what the warrior builds. The governor builds markets, and then the monk builds gates. So he could either build this or he can move his warrior 2 spaces if he wanted to. I think we're going to build this. So what we do is we're going to take it from here and we look where he's located onto this. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Nope, he cannot build that yet. I'm sorry. There are requirements that you must meet first, and he has not met those. So it says minimum number of guards around a location. There has to be at least 2 guards to build the first building. That was my fault. I do apologize. He cannot build that. But if he wanted to, he could move his warrior 2 spaces. But the problem is that he doesn't have any more guys to lay out onto the board. So that's not beneficial either, to be honest. His monk is not at a temple. So if you notice, he has to be at a temple in order, or a gate, I'm sorry, to be able to gain that treasure. So because he's not at that spot, he cannot gain that. He does not have 2 guys to place here to be able to take advantage of that. And so that's pretty much it. So purple's just gonna pass. He's like, nah, bro, I'm good. And yellow player is out of pieces, so he's got to pass as well. So now what we do is we see who is furthest down on the action track. And in this case, the purple player is the furthest one down on the action track. Which, how did you get that? Did I already move him down for that? There we go. That makes more sense. The yellow player is the furthest down on the action track. So what we do is we first collect back all the pieces that are here on this action board of the yellow player. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then he gets that many action points. So that'll put him up to 8. Then we grab all the ones off for the purple player. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. and that'll put him at 9 actions. And then they just come back here in front of you, and then we'll begin a new round. But whoever is lowest on the action point track gains initiative. So now yellow player's like, "Mwahaha, I'm captain now." And he is gonna go first. So the yellow player is gonna look around the board, and this is the one thing about this game, the busier it gets, the more AP prone it'll be. I'm gonna try to just continue to just make quick decisions to keep the game flowing. They may not always be the most optimum movements, but at the same time, I cannot. It's 3 players, all 3 do different stuff, and then all these actions. It's a little much to process, to be honest with you. So the yellow player then is going to look around the board, and he's going to decide, okay, do I want to try to activate my monk and move him first? There's no benefit to him activating his monk. I think leaving him right where he's at is probably a good idea. So we'll look, where's the governor? Do I want to move the governor? Nope, don't really care to move the governor either. Why don't we move our warrior? So we'll place one of our little activation guys there. Now we can cross paths that have 2 ninjas on it with the warrior. So he is gonna go, why don't we just go right down to here? And then basically it would cover up the second one. So we're just gonna recall him. We'll put our 2 little tokens there. Now if we look around, the other cardboard belonging to other players, there is none. We have 2 for the yellow, that's it. So he is just gonna score 2 points independently on his own. All right, so now we'll go over to the purple player. Purple player looks, he's like, okay, do I wanna move my monk? Yeah, I would like to move my monk. So why don't we just place one guy right there, and we're gonna move the monk from this space to this space, which will cover up that second ninja as well. We'll recall him, we'll place our own warriors there, and we're gonna score 2 points. 1, 2. There are no other, there's no more cardboard belonging to any other players surrounding that, so we are good. All right, so now we go back to the yellow player. Yellow player basically says, do I want to move my warrior again? Well, I don't see a reason why not. Let's place 2 of them right there, and let's move our warrior again, and we're going to move him from here up to here, and then we're going to cover up that spot. But this time we're just going to put a neutral guard right there. I don't really see a need to place, you know what? No, I don't want to do that. Well, I guess I kind of have to because I don't have a single, so we'll place a neutral there. All right, but that does score him 2 points. But the problem is that purple had, see the city he's at, and purple does have 2 guards, so unfortunately purple's going to score 2 points as well. So I find that rule a little weird. Okay, so now we're going to go back over to the, that was kind of a dumb move for yellow, to be honest. Now we're going to go over to the purple player. And purple player says, I want to be able to activate my warrior as well, but you keep taking all the spots because you're a jerk. So I'll tell you what, governor, nope, don't want to move governor because he's there, he's happy. There ain't no need to move him. Now if you noticed, basically you just recognize them by the color of their bases. So green, green, makes it real easy that way. So he doesn't need to move the monk again. He could move the monk if he wanted to. Why don't we do that? Let's move the monk again. So we're gonna move the monk from here to here. That would defeat this one ninja here. So let's just place, that's right there. That would give him 2 points, and then it would also give the yellow player 1 point. So, all right, so yellow player 1. Oh, whatever, there. Okay, 2. All right, so now we will go back over to the yellow player. Yellow player says he wants to try to get down here and activate this before the purple player takes that last sword. So that would cost him 1 action point. He's got his 1 person on there, and then he's going to take this sword and place it on his player board, because otherwise purple was probably going to do that, gobble up the last sword because there's none left, and then he would be SOL. Okay, so that's all done for him, and that is exactly what purple probably would have done right now, but there's other things we can do. So let's see. I think what I would like to do is start trying to build some stuff, because we are at the point where we can start building things. So why don't we go, oh, let's see. Let's try to build a market. So a governor is the only one that can build a market. And what we do is we look where our governor is. He is right here on the player board. So we have to look at our requirements. There are at least 2 guards that are surrounding this city, so the first building can be placed because we've got 1, 2, 3 guards. So what we do is we just take this, we place it right there. Now, that scores him 4 victory points for placing it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. But now we also have to look and see who surrounds that place. Because once again, opponents' guards will receive victory points. And in this case, there is 1 guard right there. So that means yellow will score 1 point. Just milking that little guard sitting there, aren't you, yellow? So let's see. Yellow, where's your governor? He is right here. He's already at a place. Oh, well, that's kind of convenient. Why don't we do this? So that should have cost him 2 action points. Okay. Yellow is going to go right here. That's going to spend 1 action point. And because he is at a temple, I'm sorry, at a market, he can grab a quest. So we're going to take this and we're going to put it on his player board there. And for the governor, he can actually sell these. There's an ability down here. If you're at a market, you can sell these for 6 victory points. So that's pretty good. He's like the only one that can really do that. All right, so now it goes back to purple. And let's see. Purple is thinking, hey, you know what? We're in a good spot here. Let's just go ahead and do this. Spin 2. And we are going to grab another one, or well, we're actually going to grab our first one of these and try to get our governor a little bit stronger. All right, so yellow. Did you just go from here to here, yellow? Jesus Christ, dude. Do you not even know the rules? Do you ever pay attention? No, you don't. So we're just going to act like I didn't do that, please, because I really don't want to go back. But yeah, I went from the left here for yellow. And that's not right. You can't do that. I just broke my own rules. So we're just going to pretend that that did not happen, okay? That did not happen because I really don't want to go back a step. So now yellow, because you are not paying attention to the rules, you're always doing things, you dance to the beat of your own drum. Let's see here. He is going to, where is his warrior? That's a good spot. So he is going to place 1 right here. That would cost him 2 action points. And then he is going to build a pagoda on this spot right here. So we do have 1, 2, 3, 4 guards. We meet the requirements. So we're going to place a pagoda right there. That will get yellow 3 points, 1, 2, and 3. And then purple does have 1, 2 guards surrounding that city. So he will gain 2 points. All right. Now we'll go back to purple. And that's the penalty you get for cheating. You give purple points, right? So if we can get a gate here, that'll be the final piece in order to build, I think it is called a city. Yes, a city. And that's when these little pieces will come in and then they replace all the buildings and then you build in here again and it becomes a capital. And you gain bonuses. You gain bonuses for that. So it's something you definitely want to try to do if you can. So we are going to place 1 right here. And we're going to try to move his little monk. Let's see, his monk's not very powerful. That's probably, oh, you know what? I'd like to get him a rope, but I'd have to be all the way down to here. That would cost 4. We can do that. So let's place right here. And that would cost him 4 action points. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's expensive to do, but it's going to get him a rosary and it's going to get him, because he is, wait a minute, where the hell are you? Oh, you're over here. I was looking at his guy. Jesus. Okay, so you're right here. So why don't we build a gate? Ah, Jesus. Okay, so he can't go back. He would have to go here. Oh, this will work. So that would only cost him 3. So he gave a rosary and he can build. Where he's located right here. Does he meet the requirement? No, he would have to have 3 covered up around here. So once again, let's just put that back there because I honestly don't know what the hell I'm doing, obviously. So why don't we do this? We're going to place 2 guys here. That would cost 2 action points. And then we're just going to move this guy 2 spaces. So we're going to go 1, 2, and then actually we're just going to go here. That'll be good enough. And then we're just going to place another one of our little ninjas on this road right here, okay? That's enough of that. All right, so now we go back to yellow. He's got 2 of his ninjas left. Let's see. So he is up here. He can do this. So why don't we place one of his guys here? That costs all of his action points. Now, if you noticed, you can go negative on the action points, but there is a penalty that comes along with that. You don't want to do that if you can. So that will gain him one of this. So he'll get a quest, and he will get one of these as well. All right, so purple is out of guys, so he's going to call it quits. Yellow has 1 guy left, but he has no action points, so he's going to call it quits as well. So yellow is furthest back, so we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of his guys that we're going to recall. So that'll give him 7 points, so we'll move that up there to 7. And then what do we got? 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's going to put him at 11. So the turn order will stay the exact same way it is, and give me just a second. I'll be right back. All right, so let's begin with the yellow player. Let's see, what does he want to do? Yellow player could try to get, be nice if he can get his monk down to here to be able to build that gate, because if he can, then that's going to create a city, and you get a lot of bonuses for that. So why don't we right off the bat, we're just going to move our monk, and we're going to move him from here to there, and that'd be it. So then now it's purple player. Purple player wants to focus on this spot. If you notice, there's a little square here. So what this is saying is that you're going to get a bonus for building in these locations, because supposedly they're harder to build in, but I don't know if that's true, to be honest with you. If you've seen, I've gotten up here pretty quick. But you're going to get either 5 victory points, plus you're going to get any one of the neutral abilities on the side of the board here, or you can take 2 different tiles from here, any 2, and place them on your board. It's extremely powerful. So what I want to do is I want to try to get to where I can start building here. The first building's there, so I still need to put 1 more guard out. So why don't we try to focus on that? We're going to move our warrior, and he is going to go back down to this spot here, which would clear up this whole row here. He's going to take that back in his hand, and he's just going to place, actually, you know what? He will place his guys there on that spot. Okay, and that would give him 2 points. There's no other cardboard around that space, and so that would be it. Now, if you notice, there are these spots on the sides of the board, so you can actually move off the board and then reappear anywhere that you wish, but basically you got to go 1 movement to get here, another movement to get to there, and then another movement to get back onto the board. So even though it can get you any place on the board, it takes forever to do. So now what we're going to do is the yellow player. So he wants to move his monk again, so he's going to place 2 there, and he's going to move from here to here. There was 1 ninja there, so we're going to pull this guy off, and we're going to put his guy right there, and that would score him 2 points, but it's also going to score 2 points for the purple player as well. Now we're going to go back to purple, and he wants to move his warrior again, so he's basically going to do the exact same thing. He's going to place 2 of his guys right here and move his warrior. Oh, I kind of want to move around, but we're just going to go right back up, and we'll leave him right at that spot. Okay, so back to the yellow player. He wants to be able to build a temple there, so what we're going to do, so let's see, is there anything... before we get to that, we're going to hit this spot right here. We're going to spend 1 action point, and we're going to gain another one of these bad boys for his governor. Okay, so now we'll go back to the purple player. Purple player wants to start building onto this spot right here with his warrior. So let's see, that's all the way down there. His governor is right here. He could get one of those loot crates as well. So he's going to do the same thing, because his governor, the axe guy, yes, there is. And he's going to gain one of these little things as well. And that would cost him 1 action point. All right, so back to the yellow player. Yellow player is like, I could probably afford this. And I don't see a reason why not. Yes, I do. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Let's just do this. So that's going to cost him 2, 1, 2, and we're going to build a gate. So the gate would go right here. All right, so now we've created a city. So the first thing is, yellow player is going to get 2 points for doing that. Now we look around. Purple does have 2 of his guards there, so he's going to gain 2. But now all this is going to come off. And now this is going to take its place. And yellow player, because he is the one who finished that, gets one of these bonus cards. Now the deal is you can only choose from the ends. You can't take anything from the middle. So this is 3 victory points plus move any one of your characters. And this is just 3 victory points. So I don't know why you wouldn't take 3 victory points and a movement. So that's what we're going to do. So 3 points for yellow, 1, 2, and 3. And now he gets to move any one of his pieces on the board. Let's move his warrior from here to here. And that would put that guy right there. Okay. So let's see. Let's go back to the purple player. Purple wants to build. Let's see. But before he does, he is going to place his guys there. That's going to cost him an action point. And then he is going... Do I want to do that? That seems awfully... Let's not do that. That seems too much. He is going to place one of his guys here. That's going to cost 2 action points. And then he is going to beef up his governor 1 more. Okay. So now it goes back to the yellow player. Let's see. Where is your warrior? Your warrior's right there. So the yellow player is going to place... There's only one of those left. So let's place 2 of his guys there. And then he is going to grab himself this last coin that's available. Okay, so now it goes back to the purple player. And he is going to... Oh, that should cost 2 action points. So he's going to place here. That costs 2 action points. And he is going to build a pagoda onto this spot here, because he does meet the requirement of at least 2... That should have been a 3. Sorry. He does meet the requirement of at least 3 guards here. So now what he has, first off, he will gain 3 victory points. And now he can do either 5 victory points plus any one of these neutral actions of his choice. Man, that is really powerful. Or he can gain any 2 tiles that he wishes. And as much as I would love to be able to do one of those neutral actions, I love the idea of getting these neutral tiles. So I want to do that, because I want to grab this one and I want to grab that one and try to get a little bit more for my... now everybody's going to at least score me victory points at the end of the game is what I'm getting at. Plus, he's there, so he's going to continue just doing what he's doing. Keep beating up ninjas and building other stuff. But I got to get one of my other characters over there, so I need to get my governor over there now so that I can build the market. And then that'll create the capital right there, so, or the city. All right, so we'll go back to yellow player. He's only got 1 person left, and he could technically go into the hole and let's see, where's his governor? His governor is right here. We can move governor and we can build. That's not a terrible idea. Why don't we do that? Yeah, okay. So where's his warrior at? His warrior's right here as well. So his warrior, yeah. You know what? He's gonna pass, and the only reason is because he's got to go down here, and that's gonna cost him 3 action points, which is basically gonna get -2 points for whatever action he takes. He can build, and that would give him 4 points, but I don't know if the exchange is good enough. I think passing right now would probably be a better idea. So yellow's just gonna pass. So purple's like, well, la-di-da. I'm on my own. So purple wants to try to start getting his governor over to this location. So he is going to place 1 here, and that's going to allow him to move his governor, who is right here, and be able to build a market as well. So we're going to move his governor one space and build a market. So we're going to move here, which will cover up that spot with a neutral ninja. No, we don't want to do that. That's going to give points to yellow. So we're going to move here, and then we're going to build a market there, which is still going to give points to yellow, but oh well. So it does meet the requirements. Wow, it's going to give a lot of points to yellow. Jesus. Okay, so it's still going to give him 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're not going to take it back at this stage, but that's going to give yellow 1, 2, 3, 4 points as well. So it's a little wonky. All right, so let's see. So now yellow's passed, so it's his turn again, and he's just going to do that exact same action. So that's 3 more. 1, 2, 3. And he's going to move from here to here. He doesn't have a ninja to place out. So basically that just doesn't get covered up. It just stays out still. But he cannot build either. Is that really the best thing to do? I don't think it is. Why don't we do that one instead? And that'll allow his warrior to move one space and build. So his warrior can pass through ninjas with 3. He's just going to go right here. And then that'll defeat that one right there. That'll get him 2 points. Then he fell over because he'd all drunk. That'll get him 2 points. Yellow has no people around. And then he could build, but we don't have anything to build. So, all right. So that's basically going to end this round, I think. Unless I wanted to do something else with... because he could go into the negative. So this would get him both of these. If his monk is, or he's not at a temple, unfortunately. Let's see here. No, there ain't anything really else I want to do. Let's just pass. Okay, so yellow player's further behind, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're gonna move him to 9. And then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's going to put him all the way at the top at 12. So player order will stay the same. So you guys are probably asking, how does the game end, right? So the game is going to end once we get 5 of these bases out. So 5 of these cities are built, or 2 capitals are built. So basically we get 3 more buildings built into these little molds here. Or if all these buildings get built, which that ain't gonna happen, so don't worry about that. So, all right, so yellow player is first player again. So yellow player's thinking, man, I got all my guys here. Let's get another capital built or another city built here, and let's try to work on building capitals, because that's where the points are. Because if you notice, you get 5, 7, and 9 points for building in these, and you can really start running away. So let's see here. He wants to try to build. We need a pagoda and a gate here. So we got to get this guy down to here to be able to build the gate. So let's move him first. So we're going to move him down to here. That would cover up that second one. That would place his own guy there. And that would get him 2 points. And then there's the purple player has 1, so he'll get 1 point. So 1, 2. Okay. All right, so now we're going to go back to the purple player. Purple player wants to still try to get his governor over to here. His governor can pass through spaces with 2 ninjas. It's going to take a while for him to get there. Man, it sucks. So let's see. He will go ahead and move him from here to here. That means he would place one of his guys there. Now, because they are tied, here's what happens. Whoever placed the last one there breaks the tie. So in this case, purple would actually get the win, and he would place, that's a triple again. Oh, I see, because they're double on one side and triple on the other. Never noticed that. Huh, that is the first time I noticed that. So that's going to get him 2 points, and then that's it. Yellow doesn't get anything. All right, so let's go back to the yellow player. Yellow player has all his guys here. He has everything set up that he needs. But to be able to, well, I'm sorry, no, in this case, we're fine. So let's see, we want to be able to build whichever one first. So there'd be this one. So we're going to build a temple that will cost him 2 action points. And our gate, I mean. So we're going to put a gate right there. And then that would immediately score him, because he does have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, so we meet the requirement. That scores him 3 points. And then purple would get 1 point. Okay, so now let's see. Purple still wants to continue moving as governor, so he's going to put 2 there. So he's going to move from here down to here. Let's see, I don't think any of these are going to be having a 1 on them, so we'll just place a 1 neutral there. Now that will score yellow 2 points, so basically they both get 2 points. Okay, so now we're going to go back to yellow. Yellow wants to... Yellow's just going to go for it, and he is going to 1, 2, and he is going to build his pagoda here, which will then create another city. That's a lot of people to put here. Okay, we'll just put you off to the side just like that, hanging off the edge. All right, so that would score him 2 points. That would score purple 1 point. And then now yellow gets to choose one of these things again. He's just going to go for the 3 victory points. So that's 3 more points. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So now purple is up again, and purple just wants to continue trying to get his governor down there. So he will place 4. Nah, he doesn't really need to go that nuts. You know what we could do? I don't know why I didn't think about that. I could use this action and pick him up and then just put him wherever I want. And in fact, even this move's cheaper to be able to move him to where I want. So, you know what? Let's do that. Let's just do this one. And we'll move him from here to here. Okay, now we'll go back to yellow. And yellow, you're kind of in a weird situation. You probably should have went for these extra action points. That's what we're going to do. And I'll show you why, because he needs more action points. I didn't think about it. It's 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, because he needs more action points because he's so far down the board and he's got all these extra guys, but it's going to be so expensive for him to do anything. So let's see. Why don't we do this? He is going to place 1 here, and this allows him to either move his governor and build a market, or he can build a market in a capital, and that's what we want to do. So we're going to take this market and we're going to build it right here. So it just fits right into that little spot. This guy falls over because he's tired of just standing in one spot. And did we meet the requirement? That'd have to require 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. We did not, so we're going to reverse that, take that back out, because I don't know what I'm doing, because I need to be able to... Okay. So we can't do this action, unfortunately. We need to be able to, well, yeah, we can't do it yet. Let's see, because we need to defeat more of the ninjas first. So why don't we do this? Why don't we put 2 here? 1, 2, that'll cost 2, and then we can move our warrior two times. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take him, and he can pass through spaces with 3 ninjas, and we're gonna go 1, 2, and right back, which would cover up this spot. We'll put that there. That would give him 2 points and purple 1. So now we've got the requirement to be able to start building other stuff. See, you got to have at least 8 surrounding for the final ones. But right now we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll have to get that one as well, which is fine. We'll get there. All right. So now back to purple. Purple now is going to do this. Wait a minute. I was thinking this one. That's the one. So that would be, so we need to spend some, we got tons of action points. We need to spend some of these. So let's do this. So that'd be 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to, oh, shoot. It's not really what I was thinking it was going to do. Because I want to be able to move the governor and build in a, oh, no, this is exactly, duh. Okay. So I'm going to move the governor and build a market. So we're going to move him from here to here, and we're going to build a market right here. So that then would create exactly what's necessary. Now, a lot of things are happening here because of the place he built. So we'll try to do this step by step. But the first thing is we're going to say he built the building. He did meet the requirements, so we're good. So that would be 2 points for him. Yellow has no cardboard over there, so no points for yellow. Now, he also built, just so happens to be, another city. So we're going to place that there, which means He is going to be able to select any of these. Let's see, so he can select any 2 of these, but there are no swords, there are no coins, so the only thing he would get was that, so he'll just take 3 victory points. So 1, 2, 3. Now he also gets to either take 5 victory points plus any neutral action, or he can take 2 tiles that are different, and he wants the 2 tiles that are different. So we're going to place that there, and we're going to place that there. And that may not have been the greatest idea. What the hell am I doing? Yeah, that's good. That's fine. And that may not have been the greatest idea, because technically I could have taken this action and built the market again, which would have been for 5. No, he could not, because he needs 5 guards around that location, and they've not met that requirement, so I am safe there. All right, so let's see. Now it goes back to yellow. Now yellow is going to spend 4 of his guys, and he's going to go down 2 action points, and he's going to move his warrior. Boop, boop. Oh shoot, he doesn't have enough spare guys to do that with. Never mind that. So let's see, put him back up. I think he was at 7. No, he was at 6. Okay. So he's going to have to select something different. This is frustrating. Okay. So, oh, this will work. So we're going to do this. That's going to cost 3, 1, 2, 3. But he can move his monk, and unfortunately, that's not going to help either, because he could have a second. Let's go here. So he can move any one of his characters, and wherever they move, it'll be a -1. Is that a good idea? Let's just go here. Let's just do this. Ugh. Okay. Move any one of your pandas two times. So that's going to allow me to do exactly what I wanted, because I do have the necessary guys over here that would cover up that spot. We'll do that. That gets him 2 points. And that would get purple 1 point. Okay. All right. There's always like something preventing you from doing what you want to do. It drives me absolutely bonkers. Okay, so now we go back to purple, and purple would love to be able to try to start building in here, but the problem is that this area here, that's hard to get past to be able to build anything more here. So we may have to give up on this location and maybe start coming down to here to build, or and head back up this way. So let's see, why don't we just do that? So we're going to place 2 of our guys here. It's going to cost 3 action, 1, 2, 3, and we are going to move him from here to here, and we will build a market, which will give him 4 victory points. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so now we're going to go back to the yellow player, and yellow player can now start to build inside of here. He meets all the requirements necessary, so, which he did before, don't get me wrong, but now he's got everything covered up 100%, so he can build all the way up to here. So all 3 of his guys are just going to sit here until they build this city. We built this city on rock and roll. But the problem is he's practically out of action points. He's got 3 guys left, but no action points. So he's going to pass this round. He's done. All right, so purple says, I got a ton of action points left. Ain't no sense in stopping now. So what he is going to do is he is going to move his warrior. Nope, not going to do that. Let's see. We could build with our monk right here. But boy, that would get yellow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. Ugh. Rather not do that. So let's do this one. This one's a little bit better. I'm going to move my monk from here, and I'm going to move him to there, and then I get to build inside of a city. So we will build this right here. Okay. Now that would immediately give him 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That would cost 5 action points. And then yellow would get 1, 2, 3, 4 points. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. All right. And then yellow is not going to do anything, and purple is out of people, so that'll be it for him. Okay. So now we gather them up. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 for purple. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for yellow. And so turn order will stay the same. Okay, so man, I kind of got some ideas of what I wouldn't mind doing here with purple. Okay, so first we're going to start with yellow. Let's see, yellow. Yellow just wants to build in this location. That's going to be worth a lot of points. So why don't we do that? So yellow, let's see, to be able to build into there, our first one we hit, it looks like is the governor, and then we hit the monk and then the warrior. So why don't we do that with the governor? Man, that's going to cost a lot. So the governor would cost, let's see, that's 3, so that's 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. He's lacking on action points to be able to build the entire thing this round. So why don't we look at some other things we can do in the meantime as well. One of them, I wouldn't mind doing this just because it would get him the last of this and that. And also, we do have the capacity to keep building in other locations, but I don't know if I need to demonstrate that anymore for you guys. I think what we need to do is just try to get this game to an end. So what I think we're going to do is just try to maybe do some things to try to force it maybe to the end a little bit. First off, we're going to do this, and we're going to gather up another one of these little treasures for his guy there. So now we want to try to build in this location, but for him to be able to do that, in fact, I think we may even just make our way over to here instead. I mean, I would like to be able to keep taking advantage of that. In fact, that is what I want to do, but it's going to be really difficult because I can only do 3. Now I could do this one, which allows me to ignore a ninja, but I need to be able to move him into position. Okay, so he is going to move his guy back to here onto that location. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are going to activate yellow, and yellow is going to spend 2 more guys right here. Choop, and then choop, because he should have spent one last time. And that's going to get him another one of these, which now he's maxed out. Now he could try to sell them though. All right, so now we're going to go back to purple, and purple is going to just do this action right here, which is going to let him move a guy, and then he gets to ignore 1 ninja, which allows him basically, because he's at a power of 3 right now, but basically it would make him like a power of 4 because he gets to ignore one of them. So we're going to place one of our guards right there, and that did cost him 3 actions, 1, 2, and 3. So now yellow's going to go again, and yellow now wants to try to start building, I think. But before he does that, yeah, he'll go here first, and that would cost 3 action points, 1, 2, and 3. And now he can build the market into this spot right here. And that would then give purple 1 point for having a guard there, but then he is going to get 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So now purple is going to I think he is going to move his warrior back to here, and that would cover up another one of those ninjas, and that would cost him 3 action points, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so now yellow player is going to try and build in here again. So the next available one, but before he does that, he's going to do this because he does have his monk at a gate right here. So he is going to spend his last action points, and he is going to collect the last of these as well. Okay, so purple is going to do one last thing, and that's he wants to be able to build inside of here. So he's going to put his guy there, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and he is going to build a pagoda into this spot here. All right, so now he's got the choice of any 2 tiles, which that's kind of what I want. So we're going to take this one, and they have to be different ones, and we'll take this one. Okay. All right, so yellow is out of action points, so he's going to pass, and purple is out of guys, so he's going to pass as well. So purple would have been technically on top, so he would pull off first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's going to put him at 7 action points, and this game's about over. 3, 4, and 5 for yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so yellow would be first again. So yellow wants to continue building right here. So let's get a drink here for a minute. Okay. Whew, that was a loud drink. So we would like to try to keep collecting up some of these things. So that's what we want to do first. So to be able to get that, let's see, we can go right here. That would cost 2 action points. And that would get one of these for his monk. Okay. And then for blue, he's going to do that exact same thing. 1, 2, and he's going to collect up the last one, place it there for his. All right, so now yellow, there are some of these things still left. He doesn't have any yet, so he could really use them. But he's got 3. Ooh, okay, so yellow is just going to head straight down. He's getting in trouble here because he's running out of action points. That's the problem. All right, let's see. He is going to... yeah, he is just... Oh, okay, let's do this. He's going to place 2 guys here, and then that's going to give him 4 action points. So it costs 2, and then it gives you 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Let's do that. That's a good idea. All right, so now his guys, let's see. We want to try to get both of these guys over to here. So let's move our monk first. So let's do let's see, who can we move first and do what with? Okay, so we're going to do this. That would cost 2 action points, and I can move my warrior twice, and he is going to go 1 and then 2, and that's going to cover up that little spot there. Well, that's not beneficial. So he's just going to go 1 and 2, and then he's going to cover up that whole thing here. And then that would give him 2 points. Okay. All right, so back to yellow. Yellow now is going to stick 3 guys here. That would cost 2 action, then 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Okay. So now back to purple. Purple needs to get his monk over there. So let's just place right here. That's going to cost, man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would cost all of his guys. That's not worth it. Okay, let's place a guy here, and let's go ahead and move his monk from here to here. That's going to put a neutral one there, and that's just 2 points for purple. 1, 2. Okay. All right. And then that would be 3 action. 1, 2, 3. Oh, he's running into trouble too. All right, so yellow now is cooking with gas because he's got a lot of action points. So let's see. He is going to go here first, and that's going to allow him to... Let's go here first. That's 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now he can build his gate here in this location. So let's do that. All right. And then that's going to score him a total of 7 points, and then purple will get 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right. Now it goes back to the purple player, and he is just so low on action points that he's going to have to pass. So he's done. So it goes back to the yellow player. And yellow player, let's see, he just needs this one. So he is going to build the pagoda in this spot right here. That's going to give purple 1 point, and it's going to give him 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. And now, because this has been built, this big thing, he gets to choose one of these again. He will just take this one, which means choose 2 of these 3, but unfortunately, there's only one item left, but he'll take the mask anyways, because now at least he knows he'll score points for that. All right, so now purple is passed, so yellow should have been -2 points because he spent too many of his action points. All right, so both of them are passing. So yellow is behind, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And purple gets 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Purple needs some action points. Okay, so that does mean purple is first. There we go. All right, so purple wants to try to get his other 2 guys up to here, so he's going to start with his monk. His monk's going to move from here to here. Just cover that up. That's worth 2 points. So we give him 2 points and nothing for yellow. All right, and now it's yellow's turn. Yellow wants to start moving from here up to here to try to finish this game off. So he is going to place 2 of his guys here, and he's going to move his monk from this look. Well, you don't really need to move him. He's already got that up there. So he will move his governor from here to here. All right, so purple wants to get him from here to here. And now yellow is going to move his warrior from here to here. And now purple is going to move his governor from here to there. Okay. And now yellow is going to just start building. So first thing he needs is the market, I believe. So he will do that. That will cost 3 action points. 1, 2, 3. And now he can build the market in this spot. And that would score him a total of 7 points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And purple would get 2 points. 1, 2. All right. And now purple wants to build as well. So he's got everybody up there. He's got the action points, and this game is about to end anyways. So he will build right here. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and he will put a gate in this location, and that will score him a total of 7 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, back to the yellow player. All he needs to do is put the market there, or I'm sorry, the pagoda. That's exactly what he's going to do. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. He'll put the pagoda into this, and now our 2 capitals have been built. This is the end of the game. So first off, he will score 9 points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And purple will score 2. 1, 2. Okay. And now it goes back to purple, who does not have enough action points to really do anything without taking a lot of negative points, so he's going to pass. Oh, and then he should have also have gotten one of these bonuses, so he'll take the bonus 4 points. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So, and then yellow player is, I mean, he can do more stuff, technically, but he would go in the negatives as well. And if you notice, basically, they only got 2 action points left. They can't do anything. They're done. So that would end the game. So now what we do, we could go over our player boards, we add up those points, and then we also get these bonuses. So neither player got this one during the game. And that meant that you had to basically connect 2 opposite sides of the map. I was going to try to do it with purple because he was getting kind of close here. He just needed one here, here, but then that was the one that screwed it up. Oh well. So neither one of the characters hit that. Yellow wasn't even close. Actually, yellow was kind of close, I guess, going up this direction. He could have possibly done it as well. So player with the most guards. So each location that has either a city or a capital, whoever has the most guards around it scores 15 bonus points. And I think yellow is going to just destroy purple here because he's got the most here. And he's got the most here, but purple does have the most here. So 30 more points for yellow, and then 15 more for purple. Okay, now we go over our player boards, and then yellow is going to score times, so 2 times 6, so that's 12. He's got 2 times 8, so that's 16, so he's at 27, and then 2 times 2, so that's another 4, so 31 more points for yellow, so that'd be 68. And then purple will get 2 times, that'd be 12, 2 times 4, so that'd be 20, and then 2 times 2, so 24 more points for purple. So 24, I'm sorry guys, hey, 10, 20, there we go, okay. All right, so there you go, that's your final score. It would be, it stops at 80, so there you go. I don't want to add that up. What's 80, 148 to 128. So there's your guys' score. I hope that gave you guys a great demonstration of Way of the Panda. I actually thought this one a little bit better than my other games, but hey, I'll talk about that more in my review. Thanks for watching. Man, I was just starting to clean up and I realized, so I built in this spot, so we should have gotten this ability. So he should have gotten, purple should have gotten 5 more points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then he can take any one neutral ability of his choice. We're going to take this ability right here, which means that he can build in a city, any one of the missing pieces, which means we're going to build, because we've got everybody there, we're going to build the market, which once again is now going to give him 9 additional points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for building that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because we do have the requirement. Yep, so we're fine there. So that's 9 extra points for him. Plus, now that would trigger again. So that's 5 more points. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then he can take any one of these actions that he wanted to do. And I think what he would do is he would take a movement action, possibly. Let's see. I don't think it's going to be enough for him to make up this difference. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He's not going to be able to score 11 points most likely. But if we said this right here, that he gets 4 action points, 1, 2, 3, and 4, now he does have options. He could possibly do something. So why wouldn't we just go ahead and say, well, he's gonna, well, not that one. I mean, really, this is just because we got to go from here over, and they're stuck kind of right there in that spot. So we'll just say that that's game. But I guess you guys get the point. These little corner spots are pretty powerful. Sorry, I just didn't trigger that ability. But that does make it a little bit more reasonable. So it ended up being an 11-point game instead of a 20-point game.